Hey boys and girls, and welcome to another trailer of There Is a Place. Keep your eyes open for the TV show There Is a Place. The There Is a Place episodes. It's going to be very exciting. They may be showing right now on your public access station or on the computer. I don't know, but keep your eyes open for them. These are trailers for the TV show. This is our fourth trailer, and today we're going to talk about Charles Dickens in this trailer. I'm your host, A Storyteller. Okay, and we're getting ready for a revolution here. Charles Dickens was a revolutionary. A matter of fact, Charles Dickens, and he was born 1812, he died 1870. He was Karl Marx's favorite writer. And if you read Charles Dickens, he was critiquing what was going on in the society there, and he was very suggestive as far as being revolutionary. He was very, in his writings. But by the way, like I said, he was Karl Marx's favorite writer. And by the way, what I said in past trailers, if you read Karl Marx, he was for a true democracy. What was set up in his name is not what Marx was about. I need to say that over and over again. A lot of misinformation about Marx. Okay, and if you read the Paris Commune, you could see that he was talking about an economic democracy. In other words, a system run democratically, the workplace run democratically, the government run democratically, owned and run democratically by the workers. Okay, and this is something to realize. That's what Marx was talking about. Okay, and one of his biggest influences, he loved Charles Dickens. That was his favorite novelist. Anyway, let's look at some of the things that Dickens said. You may be familiar with this. Matter of fact, I recommend, if you don't want to read the books, I recommend to read these books, A Tale of Two Cities and Great Expectations, but see the original movie then, the movies of these two books. Okay, they're in black and white, but watch the original. These were done in the 30s. Beautiful. Okay, and you get the idea. I love this line, and it fits to today. Dickens said this in A Tale of Two Cities in 1859. This is how the book begins. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. And if you look at that, still fits today, that saying. It was the best of times for the elite. Okay, it was the worst of times for the poor and for many other people, most other people. In so many ways, that describes the market economy. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. So for a certain small percentage of people, it's the best of times. They benefit from other people's hard work. They make all this money. They have all this power. But for most of us, boys and girls, it's the worst of times. Okay, going through depressions, unemployment, pollution. Okay, working and only getting a percentage, a fraction of what you really are worth. Okay, how people are viewed. Okay, in a market economy, that certain type of work is looked at as negative. Okay, this is very dehumanizing. Okay, it's very alienating. Okay, it keeps us separate from each other. Okay, and it is the worst of times. Think about it, boys and girls. When people have a hard time communicating with each other, that doesn't make any sense. People can't be truthful with each other. Why not? What's going on here? Okay, so you got to look at the market economy. It is the worst of times. In so many ways, it's the worst of times. Okay, now also in A Tale of Two Cities, I love this line. This is how the book ends. It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. This is where this person, he gives up his life for the woman he loves because she knows, he knows she doesn't love him. She loves someone else who looks like him, so he switches places with him because the guy was a revolutionary, and so that he would remember, the woman would always remember him in her heart for the rest of his life. So he kind of won her heart that way. Very romantic. Charles Dickens was very romantic in his novels. He was very much showing unconditional love. But here's that character becoming revolutionary. Okay, sometimes, you got to find something, boys and girls, that you're ready to devote your life to, that you're ready to die for even. Okay, to set up something very positive, to change the world to something better. That's why he said this is a far, far better thing that I do than I've ever done. Okay, and that's what we need to do, something far, far better than we've ever done. And before we die, you know, so that way there will be a far, far better rest than it was ever known, because you did something, boys and girls, that we changed something peacefully to a economic democracy, ending the market economy into something beautiful where everything is shared and where it's peaceful and loving, you know, and the workers own and control the means of production, and they own and control them democratically, like I've been saying. Another quote from Charles Dickens: "In the little world in which children have existence, whosoever bring them up, there is nothing so finely perceived and so finely felt as injustice." This is in Great Expectations. Yes, you could see the little children, the injustice that they witness, that they grow up in. Doesn't matter who brings them up. They may have very loving parents in their lives, but they see the injustice of the world, and that affects them. Okay, that jades them. Okay, no matter how loving the parents are, the world has to change. Okay, we need to have an economic democracy. Looking at what Charles Dickens said way back then in the 1800s, it applies to today. And, you know, the injustice that's in the world. As a matter of fact, where we have little kids, little children working in factories, okay, where their lives are endangered, where they're getting injured. The idea that they're even working in factories for a handful of people to make a profit, that's heinous. Okay, that's heinous. Okay, that is an injustice. And there's so many injustices all over the world, including our country, all over. And that needs to be changed. Another quote: "Take nothing on its looks. Take everything on evidence. There's no better rule." That's in Great Expectation. Yeah, don't be fooled by the looks of capitalism, the market economy. They show us all this wealth, all this materialism. But if you look carefully, people are separate from each other. There's starvation in the world. There's over 1 billion people starving in the world, boys and girls. This is the evidence I'm talking about. Over 1 billion people starving, and the whole world now is market economy, and it's been market economy for quite a while. Okay, over 1 billion people starving. The pollution, the air is not clean, the water is not clean, the food is not right. This affects all of us, boys and girls. Kids being exploited all over the world. So they show all this wealth on the one hand. Those are just looks. Look at the evidence. There's no better rule. That is a great saying that's in Great Expectations that Charles Dickens said, and applies to today. And we need to remember that as we change the world to a better place, to a economic democracy where we have our peaceful revolution, boys and girls, and we're going to do this through the ballot box. We're going to set up a new party, and it's going to be set up all over the world. There'll be no more countries, just one country, boys and girls. That's the planet Earth, and there's only going to be one group of people. That's human beings. Okay, by the way, I gave you where you can find these quotes in Great Expectations and The Tale of Two Cities, but also you can find them in Bartlett's quotations. Okay, so keep your eyes on, on the lookout for the TV show. There Is a Place. Those episodes will be coming up. It's going to be very exciting. You're going to love it, boys and girls. Okay, remember, the revolution is coming, boys and girls. See you next time.